Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Call Centers. In today's episode, man calls asking about woman's clothing line and coworkers consider him a crank call. He wasn't a crank at all. The dedication. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Man calls asking about woman's clothing line and coworkers consider him a crank call. He wasn't a crank at all. This is from 7 years ago when I worked at a call center for a woman's clothing manufacturer. I worked the 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift. Now the manufacturer owns multiple brands, so we'd receive a notification on the phone and computer as to which company to answer as depending on the phone number that the customer called. There was this one gentleman that had been calling on our high-end clothing company phone number daily for like a week, and at a certain point the call handler would determine it was a crank call and hang up. It's about midnight one night, and I am the lucky one to get his call. This is roughly how the call went. Me, thank you for calling, company, this is Kadele, how may I assist you? Caller, hi, can you tell me about skirt number 1234 on page 5 of this month's magazine? Me, sure, let me pull it up online. Okay, I have it online, what can I answer for you? Caller, silence, how long is the skirt? Me, it is, however many, inches long. Caller, how does the material feel? Is it soft, coarse? Me, well, if you don't mind holding, we have a boutique here in the call center, and I can run over to see if we have this skirt in stock and bring back to my desk to answer your questions. Caller, sure. A few minutes go by, I find the skirt and go back to my desk, and let the caller know I'm back with the skirt. Me, okay sir, I have the skirt in hand. The material is, whatever it was, and it feels very soft and smooth. Doesn't feel like it would itch on the skin, and the inside seams are smoothed out and very soft, shouldn't irritate skin at all. Plus the inside tag is actually printed on the material and not sewn on, so it won't itch or irritate. Caller, silence, silence. Silence. Me, sir. Caller, you didn't hang up on me. Me, no sir, you're a customer and it's my job to answer your questions. The customer then went on to say that he liked to dress in women's clothing, but was too embarrassed to go out in public to purchase the items, so he'd resorted to calling us. He said he'd been calling nightly for a week to try and place an order, and that I was the first person that didn't make him feel awkward or anything. We chatted for a bit. The company I worked for did not have any metrics as to how long you could be on a call. I took a call that lasted 4 hours once. Anyway, he ended up ordering that skirt in 2 different sizes, so he could return the one that didn't fit, etc. He bought several other items from me that night. I worked there for about another year before leaving for my current job, not in a call center. He always asked for me, which was nice. The dedication. So, I work overnight shifts in cab dispatch. It was a pretty standard Friday night of people getting cabs home from the pubs. After about 3 a.m. it died off and not many people were calling, so I'm just relaxing and thinking all's well and good. Just after 4 a.m., this lady rings up a cab. I made a booking, everything seems normal, but when the driver got there, she was demanding the driver to take her quite a long way for only $15. Driver refused and called me to let me know. I canceled the booking and thought that was it. About 5 minutes later she calls again in an attempt to rebook. I explained to her I'm not sending her a car due to lack of funds, unless she pays the correct total over the phone, started making excuses then hung up. She did sound quite intoxicated. She calls again, keep in mind that I am the only person in the call center operating everything. I explained to her the same thing, hangs up again, and because earlier in the night I was abused by a couple of drunks, I was really not in the mood for any crap from anyone. She calls a third time, I hang up immediately because I really didn't want to explain to her again. Calls back again, I hang up, less than a minute later, calls again, cycle repeats for 2 hours until the end of my shift. she called well over 100 times and the system racked up an average 11 to 12 calls every 15 minutes because of her, the F**king dedication to try and call to book. When I clocked out and my changeover walked in, she was still trying to call, and according to my colleague, for an additional 2 hours after I finished my shift, a total of 4 F*king hours, this lady would not give up. The dedication, it's beyond me. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.